What's up, guys? I'm gonna put you on game today. I got 3 different types of TikToks that you should post if you are an artist looking for more followers, more listeners, more comments, shares, etc. It's gonna be maybe 3 things that you're not expecting, because I want to first preface everything by saying that, like, there is a move towards authenticity. One of the types of TikToks that I'm going to talk about today is not lip syncing to your music and then putting it, like cap cut lyrics on top of it. And the reason for that is because it's such a oversaturated, overproduced product that people see all the time, and it just comes off like an ad. So it doesn't get the same interaction maybe it once had. Right now, if you look on TikTok, there's a huge push for these videos that kind of stuff. They kind of start off like authentic, like Snapchat videos or something like that. That kind of get somebody in the headspace of like, oh, I'm watching something that is like a real thing. Maybe it's like somebody's got to get hit by a car, or somebody just got broken up with, or some kind of like dramatic moment. And then you think like, oh, you're paying attention to it because you're like, this is a real video. And the thing is that it kind of transitions into an advertisement for a song. And it's like one of those like lip syncing videos all of a sudden, right? We've seen it countless times now. And that has been kind of pushing that narrative forward. But what this speaks to is this need for authenticity and like genuine kind of like approach to music promotion, because people are just constantly being promoted to and advertised to. So you kind of have to start coming at it from a more genuine headspace and approach. So keep that in mind when I start telling you these things, okay, guys? Okay, so the first thing that I want you guys to try out is doing slideshows. Slideshows, super important right now on TikTok. The time watched is way higher. You've probably seen TikTok even say this, because they'll be like, oh, watch time is, you'll get way more views. You get like 30% more views if you do this. And the reason is because it takes longer for people to swipe through photos to kind of get the point, versus like a video. A video is going to be like, especially if you're doing one of those lyric videos with the lyrics on top and like you performing the song, it just comes off like an advertisement. It just turns somebody off, so they immediately swipe. This would be more of a case of like, they see a photo and then they see like a caption on it. They have to read the caption, and hopefully that leads them to the next video or the next picture, which is going to lead them to another caption that hopefully leads them to the next picture, right? And so what this does is it increases the watch time overall. And what's good about this is that you can tell a story. And storytelling is probably the most important part of posting on social media in general. Is you want to tell a coherent story. So for example, one of my go-tos is I will do like a slideshow that starts off with maybe a picture of myself, and it says, POV, you just found an underground artist in Texas that replies to every comment. That's an easy thing to do. The next slide can be maybe a picture of my Spotify, and maybe I can even add in like little things like, oh, I'm having a plate of waffles, waffles for the win or whatever. But the thing is that you're telling a story, you're giving people insight into your world, and it comes off more genuine, it comes off more authentic, because at that point you are just, talking to a person at that point, right? You have the music on the background, but it's not the primary focus. It's not like it doesn't come off as much like you're trying to advertise to them, even though you are. It's more of like, hey, this is something that I do. if that interests you, whether or not my music interests you or just me being an artist interests you, hopefully you'll like this and, you follow me or whatever for more, right? So I think that's a super important thing to do. And the cool thing about it is that you get like 4 or 5 tries every single day to post a piece of content on TikTok, and it'll get you at least at like 250 views. So you can try a lot of different things and see what works. A lot of different types of stories that you can tell through various photos. You could do a photo of yourself, photo of your food, photo of your dog. Say like this is my manager, my dog. And then all of a sudden, people are talking about your dog, right? Give them more and more things to talk about in your slideshow. Think about it almost like old school Instagram or Pinterest or something, and it'll come off a lot better. The next type of content that I want to talk about is, like, I'll do content, dude, where I'll literally just set my camera up, and I will just stand in front of it, and I'll let the sounds of nature kind of, permeate around me. Like, I literally set it up like this. Let's see. Like this. And then I'll just be standing or whatever, and you'll hear the sounds of nature or whatever. And I'll tell a story or like a quote, or, say something interesting to engage the viewer. And what this does, it gets people engaged in the content before they ever hear a song, okay? So they don't know that it's an advertisement for a song. All they know is they're reading the caption, they're understanding the story that's being told or the point that's being made, and then you can kind of lead that into, your song playing. So, like, for example, one that I did was, isn't it crazy how we spend all day swiping through ads, and we escape the real world, which is like surrounding us with ads or whatever, so we can go online, and now we're doing the same exact thing and all this other stuff, right? And then I kind of lead into, I say, well, anyway, here's another ad because this is my music I'm promoting or whatever, and then I show the music, and it performed exceptionally well because people aren't expecting, like, they get through that first part, they're not turned off because of it coming off like an ad. They get through the first part, which brings up the watch time, and then they kind of are set in naturally into the music part, and then before they know it, they're being advertised to. But it comes off more genuine. It comes off, it's not like it's fake. I mean, there's still more things to talk about because of like what I was saying about in the story of whatever I was talking about, and I don't know, it just works. Another type, I'm just going to keep my phone here, I guess. The last type of content that I want to talk about is the, like, in the studio telling a story about the song that you're making. So, like, in the process of making it, start documenting that and posting about it. Very easily, you can go on TikTok or something like that and get videos like, oh, this is like a verse I just came up with. Oh, here's like what the beat sounds like, or oh, I added this is cool, whatever the case may be. And then you give like an idea of what the song sounds like. What this does is it brings people into the creation of the music. It comes off more authentic than like I'm trying to sell people on something, rather than that you're actually more, it's more like you're bringing them into your life more, right? You're not necessarily, and if they end up liking what you're producing, then they will log in. They'll can't wait for the song to come out or whatever, and they'll be excited for it to come out. The problem is that a lot of times is what we lead with the music. Oh, this guy's gonna start making noise. A lot of times what we do is we lead in with the music, and it turns people off because it comes off like an advertisement. If you don't lead in with the music and you lead in with the journey, you lead in with the story, that is what will connect to an audience more. And what will keep people watching longer. And not only that, but create more dedicated fans, because they create these like and build these like parasocial relationships around you more and more. Because maybe parasocial is not the right word that I'm using, that I should use, because it sounds a little bit more derogatory. But my point is that you want them to be closely connected to you. Do you want them to be related to you in some sort of way, so that what you're creating just comes off like something that they can connect to and repeat and feel like they were part of the journey of making? Or they are, you know, like with the slideshows, they feel like they're more a part of your life. Or like with the other one, it's like, oh, I'm hearing the environment that he's in, and then maybe he's advertising something. And the thing is that, guys, this is just stuff that I've been using, that I've been getting results with, and that I've seen other people get results with. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's like a, you know, one size fits all type of solution to content on TikTok. I give you these ideas so that you guys can kind of approach, like, because I mean, you can do the slideshow, and you can do the slideshow in your own way. You can do the aesthetic kind of like environment the video that I talked about in my second point. You can do something like that and do a different type of, maybe you're in a more interesting place when you take the video. Or, you know, one time I did one where I was in front of Sam's Club, and I was like, yeah, I'll take the drink and pizza combo, and then, yeah, give me an icy. Also, let me get underground music or something like that, right? I mean, so it leads into the thing, right? So, I mean, it's stuff like that. Like, you can switch around and do different things and take the basic concepts and add your own twist to it. Because, like, with anything, the music journey is going to be your journey. I don't like making these videos where it's just like, hey, this is the cheat code. This is the thing that's going to get you so and so many listeners, or whatever the case may be, like I did with my last video. I only want to give you guys my insight on my mindset, so that you guys can approach content in the same way, to where you guys are actively trying new things and trying to get better and figure out what works for you. And that journey is going to take time. It's going to take effort. And more importantly, it's going to take practice. So anyway, I'm going to leave this with you guys. I hope you guys got, you know, value out of this. I hope the volume was okay, and the sound quality on here was okay, just coming from my phone. I'm just, you know, walking around this nice little neighborhood or whatever. So anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Till next time, peace out.